afternoon, students and viewers and my friends. We have another topic to discuss, and everyone likes stories, particularly the story which is filled with the fun. Okay, so here we have the story with the photographer, which is written by Leacock. In this story, he has shared his own experience. Sometimes, when we go to the shop, we want something, the shopkeeper would give us something, and when we speak to the person, and he would speak irrelevantly, and it will irritate us, as well as sometimes, we will we will lose our temper, we will be about to beat him or blast, right and left. So even all the people would have come across this kind of situations. In this story also, how he has suffered and how he is getting angry when he is going to the photograph. I'm telling you that, the photograph will be speaking to you when you are on the bed. Bed means that you are going to die. When you look at the photo says you are just traveling very fast to the photo's age. For example, if I take my photo, which was taken when I was in teacher training, when I was looking at the photo, I could find that, so I went there, my mind will go to the particular place, the particular session. So the memories will make you live. At the same time, yesterday I could read on Facebook, if you don't do any stupid thing when you are young, definitely you won't have anything to chew when you are old. So sometimes it may be funny, but the funny things will be memorable one. Even me too. Even though I scored very good marks in 12th standard, but the marks, everything will be okay. But in my life, how I spend my days with my friends during the school days, and how I suffered, and how we made a lot of fun inside the school campus, which will make our life a beautiful one. So the photos will be playing a vital role in our life. I think everyone will have the photographs. Some people will have much interest in taking photographs. So these people, they are carrying the memories till the end. So photos, they will just reduce the age, and they will just transform your life from one part to the another part. So let's go to the story and what he is trying to say us and what we are going to learn from this story. Yes. With the photographer, which is written by Stephen Leacock, which is going to be taught by Mr. Povani. This is me. This is Stephen Butler Leacock. He was a Canadian teacher, a political scientist, a writer, humorist, received a fellowship in political economy and took his PhD in 1903. So this is speaking about his life, and in this story he has explained his own experience. When he went to the studio to take the photograph, and what happened, and how he suffered, and how he was irritated by the photographer. Let's see. And before just telling the story, let me give you a gist. So Butler Leacock, he just goes there and he is approaching the photographer, and he is not responding to his queries, and he thinks that he is speaking unnecessarily, and moreover he has waited more than 1 hour. It's not at all possible now, because in 1 minute even the studios, they are giving the photos, but he waited 1 hour. After 1 hour only he is called to begin, and just when he just goes inside, he finds that the studio is not like studio. And when the light doesn't come inside, when he doesn't have enough light to take the photograph, and he is removing the window panes, the cotton cloth, and he is just dragging or rolling the camera, and what happens, he is looking at him, and just he is covering, because in those days, let me give you, In those days, the camera would be like this. Okay, the people who want to shoot the photo, they will just cover themselves with the black color curtain and they will be just focusing on the still. This is what. So he is doing that. And when he looks at Stephen Leacock's face and the photograph comes and just says to him, your face is not good. And just most of the part of the face are not quite good. And it must be, structured properly. And he is saying that just sit straight and just open your eyes, open your mouth slowly. And when I take the photograph, just don't close the eyes. And he is giving a lot of instructions. And even the instruction gets over, no problem. But he says, put your hands like this on your knees and close your eyes and open your eyes, this and that, something like this. And he got irritated. And finally, when he is getting angry, he is coming out of the stool. And the photograph just clicks. And he says in cool manner, yes, I have clicked your appearance. He has taken the photo. So what happens, he's getting angry and Stephen Leacock is going and approaching him that, show me the photo. And he says, no, I have taken only negative. Negative must be, framed as a photo. So you can come on Saturday. And he goes to the studio once again on Saturday. And he finds that the photo is not looking like his. And he feels very bad. And he has used some chemicals to alter his parts. And he has removed the eyebrows, because look at this, even the male, if his eyebrow is removed, it will be looking very awkward. And next thing is, he has removed the chin and he has placed the own chin. And only one thing which is similar to him, that is the ear. And finally he has got irritated and he wanted to slap and blast. And finally, just he said, the work is nothing, so I have wasted my time. I just want to take the photograph because I want to give to my friends after my death. They may, when they look at my photo, they will think of me, even my family members and relatives, my friends. That's the only reason I just came here. But what happened? He was disappointed and he felt disgusted, and he came back from the studio. Okay, and he is crying, why I have gone there and why I should take the photo with this mad fellow. Okay, this is the story. Most of the times, when we expect something, when we go to some supermarket also, we want something and the people would give us something, and when we speak, they would be speaking very indifferently and we would get angry. Okay, that is. So let's see what's going to happen and how he has written this story. Please be patient. I think this story, it will be a little big story, and let me explain line by line. Here, only the two characters, the photographer, Leacock, the two characters, they are speaking. That is a dialogue. I want my photograph taken, I said. Here, whom I does refer to, that is the author, Stephen Leacock. I said, the photographer looked at me without enthusiasm. He was a drooping man in a grey suit with the dim eye of a natural scientist. But there is no need to describe him. Everybody knows what a photographer is. Sit there, he said, and wait. Here, just he entered. And he asked that, okay, I want my photographs to be taken. And he said, and without no interest, for example, if you are going to the place, some market or some places, if you ask him, what is the price of this? A person says that 50 rupees, what will happen? So I am buying for money, why should I beg you? So now he is getting angry a little bit. But he says, look at the appearance. He was a drooping man. Drooping man is bending his body, just old man. He is looking like a scientist, because most of the scientists, they never care about their appearance. Okay, and next thing is the photographers, they will have some different style, because they have the camera harness here, and they will have always some styling look like that. So he says, and next his response, sit there, he said, and wait, just wait. And how long? He has been waiting for more than 1 hour. I waited an hour. I read the Ladies' Companion for 1912, the Girls' Magazine for 1902, and the Infants' Journal for 188. I began to see that I had done an unwarrantable thing in breaking in on the privacy of this man's scientific pursuits with a face like mine. Good. In this paragraph, he says that he just disturbs. He just waited there for more than 1 hour and just he read all the magazines which were lying on the table, and he says that he was disturbing, and just he thinks he is an unwanted person in this place for more than 1 hour. But customer is not an unwanted person, but the photographer doesn't know how to receive the customer. After an hour, the photographer opened the inner door. Come in, he said severely, and he's just using his rough voice. Come in. And most probably, even if you go to the shop, if they don't speak with a smiling face, we won't go next time. But what is happening here? I went into the studio. Sit down, said the photographer. I sat down in a beam of sunlight filtered through a sheet of factory cotton hung against the frosted skylight. The photographer rolled a machine into the middle of the room and crawled into it from behind. So just like that, I'm standing here. The sunlight, it comes from there. So to block the sunlight, to filter the sunlight, he has used a cotton cloth, because he says that window pane. And he has brought us camera, and he is going to take a photograph, and he is getting ready for it. He was only in it a second, just time enough for one look at me, and then he was out again, tearing at the cotton sheet and the window panes with the hooked stick, apparently frantic for light and air. Look at this. His behavior is not just like a normal person. Just he goes very fast to the windows, and he is removing the curtains. He is looking for the air and light. His behavior is like a frantic, mad. Then he crawled back. Crawled back means it's not a crawling. Just he made his body just behind the camera. He was standing just behind the camera because he is ready to take the photo. This time he was very quiet in there. I knew that he was praying and kept still. And I told the camera would be, in those days, the camera would be very big. The people who want to take the photograph, they will just cover themselves with the black color cloth, and they will be looking for the angle, whether every person is right or wrong. That is. When the photographer came out at last, he looked very grave and shook his head. The face is quite wrong, he said. I know, I answered quietly. I have always known it, he sighed. I think, he said, the face would be better 3/4 full. Look at this. After taking an angle, and he just went very close to the camera, and just he looked at the other's face through camera, and he comes out again, and he says that your face is quite wrong. Okay, and the other even accepts. Yes, I know, I have known it for a long time. So what should I do about the God has given me this face. Okay, can I ask the God once again to give me the new face? It's not possible, because he has been living with that face for more than 40 years. But what's going to happen? I'm sure it would. I said enthusiastically, for I was glad to find that the man had such a human side to him. So would yours. In fact, I continued, how many faces one see that are apparently hard, narrow, limited, but the minute you got them 3/4 full, they get wide, large. Here he says that even the photographer had some soft corner. He says, he thinks about my face. If it is somewhat well structured, it would be nice, it would be handsome. But now he is speaking, but the photographer doesn't listen to him. And he is just speaking about the photographer, because photographer would have seen a lot of people, narrow face, and round face, and a colorful face, okay, a lot of faces in their life. But the photographer had ceased to listen. Had ceased means stopped to listen. He came over and took my head in his hands, twisted it sideways. I thought he meant to kiss me and closed my eyes. And the photographer he goes very close to the author, and the author, he is thinking that the photographer is going to kiss him, because he is keeping his face very close to his face. Okay, it's a terrible experience. If a person who is doing in studio like that to us, and the next moment we'll get up, I don't take photo in the studio, but he is bearing all the atrocities. But I was wrong. He twisted my face as far as it would go, then stood looking at it. He sighed again. I don't like the head, he said. Then he went back to the machine and took another look. Open the mouth a little, he said. Now he is saying that, okay, I don't like your head. And once again he goes and open your mouth a little bit. And next moment he says, close your mouth. And when you are in this situation, you may think that, okay, the photographer is mad. He's a stupid fellow. He doesn't have sense. He doesn't know how to receive the customer. And I started to do so and close it. He added quickly. Then he looked again. The ears are bad. Yes, first he said, the face is not good. Next he said, and his head is not good. Now he says that the ears are bad. How can we change our ears? Because we can morph it, that's all. Droop them. Droop them means you must pull it down. And now the eyes, roll them in under the lids. He is saying that roll the eyes. How is it possible? Because he is taking only one photo. For that he is giving more than 100 instructions. Put the hands on the knees, because he is sitting on the stool and he is asking the author to keep his hands on his knees. And turn the face just little upward. And he is speaking that way. Just turn up and sit properly. Okay? And don't move here and there. Just smile. Even we might have heard that these kinds of words from the photographer. If he keeps on telling us the instructions, and in the next moment we say that, hey, you should not take the photo, just get out. But he doesn't do anything. Now just expand the lungs. Expand the lungs. Expand the lungs, he is not going to expand the lung, because he is taking take a long breath. And hump the neck. Yes, bend your neck. How can we bend? Because sometimes, like that. That is it. Just contract the waist. Contract. Contract means, in Tamil we can say valachi vidan something. So sit properly and just bend your body like that, because you must sit straight. That is the meaning. Twist the hip up towards the elbow. And it's not at all possible, because the author sitting on the stool, okay, in a very confined place, how can he make his appearance a good one? Good one means according to this photographer. I still don't quite like the face. It's just a trifle too full. Yes, once again he says that he doesn't like his face. Okay, now he is getting angry. Who is the author? Stephen Leacock. He is getting angry. I swung myself round on the stool. Stop, I said with the emotion, but I think with the dignity. This face is my face, because these are the words. He is getting angry. This face is my face, not yours. I have lived with it for 40 years and I know it's false. I know it's out of drawing. I know it was not made for me, but it's my face, the only one I have. I was conscious of break in my voice, but I went on, such as it is. I have learned to love it. Here says that he's getting angry because God has given this face. I know that it was not good, okay, but I have liked it. I have lived with this for more than 40 years. And how can you say that? So for that, should I go to the God and I pray to God and again can I get another face? No, even if I get, the people, they don't respect because it will change my originality. And now he is coming out of the stool where he was sitting for the photograph to be taken. Here, the photographer had pulled a string. The photograph was taken. I could see the mason still staggering from the shock. Look at this here. Now he is out of anger. He has come out from the stool. And he says that, what are you thinking? And now when he is getting angry, what happens? The photographer just clicked it. And look at this. When the person who moves out of the stool, what happens? If he clicks, automatically it will be utter flop. But the photographer says that, okay, he has clicked perfectly. I think, said the photographer, pursuing his lips in a pleased smile, that I caught the feature just a moment for animation. So I said bitingly, features, yeah, you didn't think I could animate them, I suppose. Animate means nothing, just negative must be prepared as a photos. And sometimes, just making some background color and so many things, that is. But here animation means, and he is changing entire things. Oh, there's nothing to see yet. He said, I have to develop the negative first. Come back on Saturday. I will let you see proof of it. On Saturday, I went back. The photographer beckoned me in. Beckoned. Just called. Or respected. He called me with respect to be in. I thought he seemed quieter and graver than before. Quieter and graver. He is very quiet. Now he is very soft. He doesn't say anything, any word. Graver means that is very quiet, that's all. Than before. I think too there was certain pride in his manner. Pride, I think he has changed his behavior. He unfolded the proof of a large photograph. We both looked at it in silence. Is it me? I asked. And when they were looking at the photographer, the author was not able to bear this photo. And he is not able to look at this photo because he is asking, is it me? Yes, he said quietly, it's you. And we went on looking at it. The eyes, I said hesitatingly, don't look very much like mine. Oh no, he answered, I have retouched them. They come out splendidly, don't they? Yes. First, he looked at this, is it me? And he says that, look at my eyes. They are not mine. And the photographer says, no, that is yours. They are yours. And I retouched them. Retouch them means, look at this, already he has taken the photo might be wrong, and he has used some chemicals and he has just changed the total appearance. Fine, I said, but surely my eyebrows are not like that, no. Said the photographer with a momentary glance at my face. The eyebrows are removed. We have a process now, the Delphi are putting in new ones. You will notice here, where we have applied it to carry the hair away from the brow. I don't like the hair low on the skull. Oh, you don't you, I said. Look at this, the author, okay, I had some extra hair on the brow, and which is not liked by the photographer. The photographer, he says, I don't like the hair which is just over the skull, just above the eyes. That's why he has used Delphi. I don't know what it is. It may be the chemical to remove that. He has removed it. Look at this. Even the person, the male, not male or female, okay, if the eyebrows are removed, it will be looking like a ghost. But he says it looks like it's a wonderful one, but how it is. No, he went on, I don't care for it. I like to get the hair clear back and the superficies and make out a new brow line. What about the mouth? I said with a bitterness that was lost on the photographer. Is that mine? It's adjusted a little. He said, yours is too low. I found couldn't use the ears. Look at this. Here he is saying that the eyes, first eyes, next mouth. He says that the other's mouth is a little bit low. So it has come, okay, just below. What happens? He has adjusted. Totally he has adjusted everything. The ears, though I said, strike me as a good likeness, they are just like mine. Now he says that, only the ears, okay, the ears resemble my ears, look like my ears. But now he says he is going to adjust the ears also. Yes, said the photographer thoughtfully, that's so. I can fix that all right in the print. We have processed now the sulfide for removing the ears entirely. I will see if. Listen, I interrupted, drawing myself up and animating my features to their full extent and speaking with a withering scorn that should have blasted the man on the spot. Listen, I came here for the photograph, picture, something which would have looked like me. Look at this. He says he lost his temper and he says, I have come here only for only one reason, only for the photograph, not for other business. He says very clearly that, okay, the photograph can be taken and it must be given to my friends and family members and relatives. Okay, after my death, so it will be very useful when they look at me, look at my photo, they will just think of me. For none of business I have come here, but you have done a stupid work on my photo. But he says here, scorn, getting angry. I wanted something that would depict my face as heaven gave it to me, humble though the gift may have been. I wanted something that my friends might keep after my death to reconcile them to my loss. It seems that I was mistaken. I wanted is no longer done. Here he says that, okay, so what I expected from you is not done. So I don't, here he is going to say that I don't want any photo from you. Go on then with your brutal work, take your negative or whatever it is you call it. Look at this, he has used the language. Take your negative, whatever you call it, whether you use a sulfate or whatever the acid, no problem, just use it. But whatever you had done, that's a filthy work, the stupid work. That's a bauble. Bauble means, worthless. Sulfate, bromide, oxide, cowhide, anything you like, remove the eyes, correct the mouth, adjust the face, restore the lips, or reanimate the necktie and reconstruct the waistcoat, coat with an inch of gloss, shade it, emboss it, gild it, till you even acknowledge that it's finished. So, till you finish the photo, you can do whatever you like, because he has used the word sulfide, bromide, oxide, cowhide. Whatever he has in his mouth, the words, and he is using, because he has lost his temper and he was about to beat the photographer. Okay, whatever you think you can do on my photo, till you think, okay, you have completed, so you can do whatever you wish. Then when you have done all that, keep it for yourself and your friends. They may value it. To me it is but a worthless bauble. I broke into tears and left. Here he says that, okay, whatever you like, you can use the acid, you can like the chemical, whatever to remove or to adjust. Okay, you think that it's over, till that you can work, but I'm going to leave. And he is crying, and he was about to blast photographer, and with tears, with the disappointment, just he is coming out of the studio and he just goes away. Okay, I think the students and viewers and my friends, you have understood the story. Okay, and just he went to the studio and how he got the experience, how the photographer just gave him the experience in the name of just adjusting the photo. Just the photographer has killed his appearance. Your friends, they may value it. To me it is but a worthless bauble. I broke into tears and left. Here he says that, okay, whatever you like, you can use the acid, you can like the chemical, whatever to remove or to adjust. Okay, you think that it's over, till that you can work, but I'm going to leave. And he is crying, and he was about to blast photographer, and with tears, with the disappointment, just he is coming out of the studio and he just goes away. Okay, I think the students and viewers and my friends, you have understood the story. Okay, and just he went to the studio and how he got the experience, how the photographer just gave him the experience in the name of just adjusting the photo. Just the photographer has killed his appearance.